it's going to basically create a personal hell for you. It blows the subconscious mind wide open. The stress or the anxiety or that pull effect, you're never the same. You truly are never the same because your biology is different, your cells are different, your DNA is different from the experience. Because what you see happening is, and this is where I call it the backdoor effect, the brain actually develops neuroplasticity pathways around the experience that Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel, and hello if you are new. My name is Angel Rae Johnson. I'm a Reiki Master, Energy Work Practitioner, Psychic Development Teacher, and Manifestation Coach. Welcome to the Good Vibe Tribe. Welcome to another episode of Conscious Coffee Talks, where we discuss a topic to expand our consciousness and improve our lives. So let's dive into today's topic. So today's topic is one that I am being nudged to make off of a series of synchronicities that I have been seeing in my reality. The last one was a conversation that I had at the Spiritual Wellness Center with a beautiful soul who had a question about using plant medicine to heal. So I'm gonna make this disclaimer right now, guys, that I have not had a lot of experience with plant medicine. I am not a professional at administering it or facilitating it, but I do know some people who are, and I do know people who have had very good experiences and also not so great experiences. So what I want to dive into in this video is the benefits and the not so great side of using plant medicine for healing if you're thinking about doing something like that. This is becoming a hot topic, as we see now with psychology actually using psychedelics in controlled settings to help people overcome depression or their anxieties, to tap into the parasympathetic nervous system. So it's becoming known the power that these plants really hold for us and how they can help us. But my belief is if you use it in an environment that isn't set up correctly, or if you're not in the right mindset of when you're using it or really what you're doing, what your intention is, it can be detrimental to some people and really have the adverse effect in their psychological state. Let's go over what these things actually do. And like I said, I'm not an expert on this, but this is just from what I understand of it. These psychedelics actually help people expand their consciousness. They help them to break free from the constructs of their mind. So it really opens people's eyes to a different side of life in reality because they actually experience it. So there's things that we can educate ourselves on, and we can know that, you know, what this life is. Like, I am a piece of the universe. You know, we know these things and you can read it, but when you actually embody it, it brings on a whole new meaning. And when I say embody it, guys, what psychedelics actually do is they help you have an experience in your reality to where the mind and the body almost are one, they're connected, and you understand information or truth from this point of being. So when we get our subconscious mind, which is the body, to accept information, which we do more easily by action. When we move the body, or when we get the body to have an experience, that's when we really understand our truth. And from my understanding and my experience, when I can get the body to accept something, and when you experience it, that is your truth, right? So it brings on information in a whole nother reality. The body accepts it. The brain actually develops neuroplasticity pathways around the experience that you had. So it expands your consciousness. You feel heightened states of love and wisdom that you didn't previously have access to. So really, it's being used as a tool to advance you for your healing, and it will propel you forward. If, like I said, if you have the right setting and the mindset, this is off of a good experience. So it can really give you a life-changing spiritual experience and the way that you show up and see the world in your reality. However, it can also have the adverse effects. So like anything else that you do, guys, with energy work, with meditation, with these spiritual tools that we have in our tool belt, when you're moving energy and you're having physical experiences and developing these neuroplasticity pathways of new heightened states of love and well-being, and new thoughts and emotions coming in on a reality that you want to create, and even physical healing in the body, when we use these tools, they're to help us get there. But it is up to us in our conscious lives, our conscious awareness lives, our day-to-day lives, to make the changes necessary to maintain that vibration. Because what you see happening is, and this is where I call it the backdoor effect, is people use these substances and they end up having amazing life-changing experiences, which is awesome, right? So it helps them. But then they go back to day-to-day reality. You're never the same. You truly are never the same, because your biology is different, your cells are different, your DNA is different from the experience. But your external reality, it looks different, it feels different because you are different. So things in your external reality that you created your vibration on, that you were before you had the experience, it might not be so easy to exist in that reality anymore. And this is where people find the most discomfort and the stress or the anxiety, or that pull effect almost of like things not in alignment with you anymore. And this is how these things are tools, because it really shows you what is out of alignment with your true authentic nature. So you can make the changes necessary in your daily life. That means your habits, your thoughts, the people, the jobs, things like that, the big life-changing things. It's being presented to you to make the changes. Yes, it's great for healing, but there will be a backdoor effect if you're not ready to actually make the changes necessary in your life, because you have now experienced new states of love, to whereas if you didn't use those tools, those psychedelics before, to build your way up, do the actual work of making the changes, of changing your habits and your thoughts and doing, meditation or things like that, because psychedelics put you on a whole nother level. It blows the subconscious mind wide open, right? And it can be, like I said, healing, and it can be a great tool. But then when you come back down off of it, you're going to feel that shift backwards to your old level of reality. Now, you might not go all the way back vibrationally to where you were, but it's not going to feel good unless you're ready to make the changes necessary, right? So where people find themselves stuck is they do these things and then they kind of slowly revert back, right? Because they're not making the changes necessary. So then they wonder why they're feeling so uncomfortable or what they need to be doing. And it almost like creates, I don't want to say an adverse effect, but it's a level of discomfort that is heightened almost because you hadn't experienced this high state of love before, so you didn't even know that it was possible. And now that you do, you are subconsciously going to be looking for that amount of energy in your life for the rest of your life, because your brain has developed neuroplasticity pathways around this experience, right? So our soul's nature is to follow love. It is to be love, right? So it will tear down anything or avoid anything that does not feel like love. And if you're not willing to take the action to get rid of the habits, to get rid of the people, to change your environment that is not in alignment with love, it's going to basically create a personal hell for you, because you'll be stuck in that vibration. Or eventually you will become so uncomfortable that you will have to make the moves, because like I said, the subconscious is going to do whatever it can to reach those heightened states of love again. That is just the nature of spirit. Now, if you are ready to make the changes and you have assistance to help you as well too, because I really feel like that is important, not only with the ceremony, I call it a ceremony, but you see like ayahuasca ceremonies are people actually going to retreats that have trained professionals to actually administer these things and do it with them to actually help them in the experience. So whenever like you do these things, you need to make sure that you have assistance to help you during it and after it to help guide you through the experience. So then that way you're not, I want to say, going completely crazy afterwards, because I have met people who have had, I want to say, Kundalini awakenings, and myself included. You have these awakenings, these massive, huge transformations, and you don't know how to handle it afterwards. You don't know what these things mean or what is happening, what is going on, why you're feeling the way that you are, to make the changes necessary. So it's really important to have a guide or a teacher or somebody, something, or a community to help assist you during these times. Now, if you do have the right people, the right assistance, the right mindset going into it, meaning you're doing it out of love and for what you need in your life, basically surrender to the energy of it to show you what you need to heal. Your intention is key in all of this. Having a good mindset around this, having a good space whenever you do it. So energetically doing it in like maybe a retreat, a sanctuary, something of that nature, praying before you do it. You have to be in the right place energetically to do these things as well too. Because if you're not, if your intention is wanting to have a trip, or if your intention is to just get rid of all the pain and you're in a bad place mentally, emotionally, and you don't energetically get your mind in a good place, that could probably end up in a, I want to say, a bad trip. Because you hear of people doing these things, these psychedelics, and then basically going to hell and seeing demons and things like that. And that is because of the energy that they are currently in. So it almost amplifies of what state you're in. But ultimately, and this is part of like my opinion of it too, and I've heard this with stories as well too, is even people who have had bad trips and it scarred them for years, that eventually they saw the light in it. Eventually they realized that the experience that they had was what they needed in order to learn something, in order to gain some wisdom to up-level their life, even if it was a scary experience. It can really help you spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and in your life, but there are repercussions with that, with doing them. And the message that I get a lot from my spirit team is that it's great when it's needed. And if you need it, it will find you and it will give you the experience that you are supposed to have, but you don't need it to actually access those states and have a spiritual experience. It really can trick man into thinking that they need these things to be spiritual or to have spiritual experiences, and then therefore to get there on your own becomes more challenging mentally, or a mind game that you can't get to those states when you can. Now, it's not to say that everybody's going to have that experience with doing them, but that is one of the, I say, benefits. You do get healing from it, and it does help you rewire the neuroplasticity in your mind. You can more easily stop thinking the damaging thoughts that are creating a reality that which you don't like. So it helps you in that aspect of it. But there are other tools to help you as well too. Breath work is one of the most powerful tools that you could ever use to easily rewire your mind. You just do breath work and it naturally does it for you. So this is like any kind of thing that we do with our body, physical movement, energy work, breath work. It helps move energy and clear it from your system. And then meditation helps to quiet the mind. So when you can break the neuroplasticity pathways around these thoughts or these habits that you don't like, and you're changing your biology because your cells actually have the memory of the trauma, right? It's stored in the body. You're moving it. You're changing your DNA, right? And then you're up-leveling yourself. When you can do this through these tools that are not psychedelics, it's a much easier, more gentler way of getting to where you want to go, of being who you want to be, of reprogramming your mind, essentially, is what you're doing. This is what all of it is doing. In my 2 cents, guys, it should only be used in emergency situations. You should not take it with the intent of trying to advance yourself spiritually or even having a spiritual experience. You really have to just be open and surrender to what it is that you need and allow the energy to work through you and trust it. That's the biggest thing. Is if you're gonna freak out about it, if you're scared, timid, I would say don't do it, or find somebody to help assist you, because the energy that fear can be amplified. So I would just allow the energy to show you what you need. And like I said, to only really do these things if it's like a last resort, like rock bottom, like I have nowhere else to go, you know, and check into holistic approaches with doing it. So like I said, going to ayahuasca retreats where you have shamans who are trained. Now psychologists are prescribing ketamine treatments, which is a form of a psychedelic that helps give you, I don't want to say a spiritual experience because I know not everybody has had them, but it can deeply relax the body and help you tap into conscious expansion states to help rewire depression and things like that. So like I said, guys, there are good and bad aspects to it, just like everything in our life. It all just depends on your intention and your mindset around these things. Are you truly doing it to heal your life and to better yourself because your, I say, body, the universe, God knows your true intention. You cannot lie to it. So it will go off of what you need based upon the reality that you're currently creating, meaning your intention behind something, the energy that you're in. So if you do things out of a state of love for yourself to better your life, you're doing this for you, you need help, and you're going to God with surrender and an open heart, mind, and just let it take over your life. And like I said, I'm going to keep emphasizing this. You don't need psychedelics to do that. You can just simply do that with prayer, meditation, breath work, fasting. All those things are tools to help you when you need it. I hope that this video helped you. This is the same message that I gave the person that I was talking to. Now, if you guys are interested in learning more about psychedelics, I do know facilitators and teachers of it that I can probably have on my channel. If you guys want to learn more, drop comments down below. If you would like me to interview one of them, let me know. And I can see if I can get at least one of, I think, the 3 or 4 people that I know on here. So I hope this video helped you guys out, and I hope it sheds some light on just how much power you truly have without these substances. But like I said, if it's meant to be in your reality, it will find its way there, and whatever happens is what you need in the moment, and you just have to trust it. So, sending you guys all my light and all my love. We'll see ya.